Kendra Bishop with the Bishop Real Estate Group, and I am here for our monthly market update. It is August 2021. I am so excited to report that my kids are back in school full-time effective today. I hope that all of you moms and dads out there are jumping up and down and saying hooray with our kids back in school, hopefully full-time now for good. I know our kids need it. But I'm going to talk about the market. What's going on in the market? There's lots of concerns that we're seeing a slowdown, that we're seeing a change in the market. So we're going to talk about market stats, number one. Number two, I'm going to answer a client question that's been asked many times as of late. Should I sell first or buy first? I'm getting the itch to move. Which order do I do this in? So we're going to break that down and talk about that. So first, let's talk about market stats. First, the market has started to show signs of stabilizing, or some will say cooling, in the greater Sacramento region. August, remember, is always a cooling month seasonally for us. As kids go back to school, we always see a slowdown in the stats. It picks up after Labor Day weekend. We are hoping to see the same this year, and it hasn't cooled as much as people are saying it is. So let's talk about it. First few weeks of August, we actually have 7% more inventory than August 2020. That is the first time all year we've seen an increase in inventory and not a decrease. Our solds are down 25% from this time last year, and our pendings are down 8% from this time last year. So we're definitely seeing a bit of a cool down. Days on market, though, is sitting at just 14 days across the region, and we still only have less than a month of inventory. So it's not like we've got a tremendous amount of inventory out there in the marketplace, and that's why we are still continuing to see multiple offers. Placer County is almost identical to the entire Sacramento Valley as far as stats are concerned. The only difference is in Placer County, inventory is still down 15% from this time last year. So we are seeing a lack of inventory in Placer County compared to Sacramento on a whole. Now, here's the big caveat. The over $1 million market, the luxury market, that market is completely different altogether. August 2021 versus August 2020, solds are up 20%, pendings are up 16%, inventory is actually up 5%. So we're starting to see more inventory on the market. But let me talk about what's skewing all of this a little bit. We are seeing homeowners, we're seeing sellers, we're seeing folks in the market that are either overpricing their homes. They're just thinking that they can get any price in this market, and those homes are sitting on the market. Or B, they are not prepping the homes for market correctly. Not every house in this market is going to sell for top dollar, especially homes that have deferred maintenance or have issues with them or need work. So it's really important to understand that our market stats are getting skewed a bit between those homes that are still selling with multiple offers, sometimes over list price, if they're in super sought after communities, if they're super sought after floor plans, if they're completely remodeled and redone. We still have buyers in those demographics looking. Homes that are sitting are those that are A, overpriced, B, have some sort of functional or location issue, and we're definitely still seeing that in the marketplace. Not every home is selling at top dollar. Question of the month. I'm getting the itch to move. Do I buy first or sell first? There's one really big question that we need to answer before we can answer that. And the question is, can you buy without selling, or do you need to sell to buy? Because those are going to change our answers back to. Number one, if you can buy without selling, then it becomes another question of, are you able to handle getting your house prepped for market and keeping it show ready, accommodating showings with your work, your kid, your life schedule? And if the answer is yes, then we can get your house prepped and get it to market and simultaneously be looking for a house non-contingent. You're in a pretty good position. We can go multiple ways. If the answer is no, I need to sell my house before I can buy, then that's a more complicated question that we have to work through together, because while it's absolutely viable and we have done it many times this year and numerous years, it takes a lot of coordination. We've got to be working in tandem with things like getting your home marketed while we're looking for a house for you. And it means doing things like a simultaneous close, a seller in possession, a rent back, working through a lot of hurdles that we're poised and ready to help you with. But it's definitely one that takes making sure that we've got our fingers in all of the pots and working together simultaneously. So both is totally viable and able to be done. And it really becomes a question of what works in your time frame and in your life. What I will tell you is being a contingent offer in this marketplace without your house on the market is definitely does not put you in a competitive situation. So with that, there's my answer to your question. I am signing off for August 2021. Happy back to school for all of our kids out there. And I hope it's a super successful school year, that our kids are getting to stay in school and sports and extracurricular activities. And as always, if we can ever be a resource for you in the Sacramento market, we are here to be your partner, to be your support, to be your friend. Till next month, bye-bye.